We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us.
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast.
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous. As long as you're not hearing me through your headphones, like the playback of my phone, I think we're good. So we hopefully be good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the way. This is the way of the world. This is how we do things. I'm going to try to actually, when I'm talking to you, I'm going to try to be looking at my phone.
And not the computer?
So it looks like we're actually interacting and talking with the TikTok people as opposed to like both of us are looking down the entire time.
Well, I think we were looking at the computers before because it was potentially more stable as far as us being able to, like, sometimes TikTok will lag a touch and then...
Yeah, but even if it does, it's fine. I'm still just looking at you, unless I need to look at my computer for some reason. But
well, I will need to look at my computer for the duration of this recording, so...
For anybody who might be watching this right now, it is actually a complete coincidence that Sean and I are both wearing our high school famous shirts at the moment. That just happened. It wasn't like planned or nothing, but yeah, we are proud podcast creators.
Yes, you could be a proud podcast subscriber. Yeah, and we have shirts that say that instead of creator. Everything else is the same.
I think it's funny because depending on the day, I might not be proud anymore. So if anything, the only part of this statement that's always true is the podcast creator part of the statement.
Should I redesign? Should I make a version that says "ashamed podcast creator" or self-loathing, like that? Yeah, regretful. So that's one idea,
right?
What are these crew person, junior crew person? Points needed for ranking. I don't know what any of this stuff means.
Are people?
I don't know.
I don't pay attention.
The bottom right of TikTok has this sprinkling points needed for a ranking, and then crew person something or other.
Yeah,
junior
I'm sure.
Crew person. I don't know.
It should also tell you. I have. It said 0 of.
Yeah, like 25,000 or something.
We got a ways to go.
We got a lot of points we got to earn. So hey, everybody, help us earn points so we can be junior crew persons. Or
junior crew populace.
I would imagine the next level beyond junior would be crew person or senior crew person. Something
it goes straight from junior to senior. I mean, in school, I guess, but like,
well, maybe it's junior,
sophomore.
Maybe it's sophomore crew person, and that just fits with the high school theme of our podcast.
Yeah,
which we have not in a while. We have not gone through to justify our existence on the list of the top 25 high school-related podcasts to follow in 2021.
We haven't... Was it 2021? Was that the list? I thought it was the 2020 list.
Well, we started posting in 2021, so...
True.
We couldn't have been on the 2020 list.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Anywho, I mean, we've seen... I don't think we've gotten any traction from that. I mean, how many people could have possibly read that article?
It's really hard to say. I could reach out to the guy and see... He's probably got some kind of analytics. If
you reach out to him, he's going to. You're going to open the floodgates.
Oh, he's going to want a lot of promotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the website, so I'm not even going to try to give him some free publicity right now.
Oh, I mean, all we have to do is go back into the emails.
Yes, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, it wouldn't take that long to find them. I mean, it's not like we get a ton of emails.
You're right. I know. It's a good point. Yeah. There's not
it took me 3 minutes.
And that's because I forgot to
3
scroll.
3 minutes of my life.
That's because I forgot to scroll the first 2.5.
It's because I opened it up and I got distracted by the Hot Pocket. And
Hot Pocket?
I don't know. I assume you eat Hot Pockets.
Do you know what's really funny about that?
Did you recently eat a Hot Pocket?
No, but when I went to the grocery store quickly before this to eat to grab something to eat, I was 100% intending to buy Hot Pockets, and they didn't have any.
Oh,
yeah.
There's a Hot Pocket shortage.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this particular store just doesn't support or sell Hot Pockets. They sell pizza rolls by Totino's, or is it Tostitos?
I mean, pizza rolls are just tiny Hot Pockets.
They are. It's a small Hot Pocket. They're Hot Pocket bites.
What came first, the pizza roll or the Hot Pocket?
I would guess. I was going to guess that pizza rolls came first. Also,
yeah, I think pizza rolls came first, and then somebody was like, "I like pizza rolls, but I don't like eating a lot of things. I like eating one. Like I don't like eating multiples.
Right.
I want to have one thing.
I want one big long hot thing to shove in my mouth.
It's basically a burrito. I want to reinvent the burrito. Is basically what somebody said, but I want it to be fully sealed.
Well, the outside is more like a flaky pastry versus a tortilla.
That's why it's a reinvented. I want to reinvent the burrito.
Gotcha.
Because burritos also typically don't have pizza ingredients in them.
Correct. Maybe they're trying to reinvent the calzone by shrinking down a calzone.
But what came first, the Hot Pocket or the calzone?
That's a stupid question. The real question is what came first, the Hot Pocket or the P-Zone?
Oh, or what came first, the calzone or the burrito?
Ooh, that...
I would assume the burrito, maybe. But I think a burrito... I honestly think a burrito is... I believe it's an American thing. I don't believe that's something that was invented. Yeah, I don't believe it was invented in Mexico. I believe the burrito was like something that happened out here in the States. I could be completely wrong about that, but I know that a lot of what Americans eat as like either Italian, Mexican, Chinese, all that stuff, it's all way different than what they actually serve in the home countries. But
right, yeah. I saw something about, I want to say it was I think it was Pizza Hut. The guys who came up with Pizza Hut were Midwesterners, and that was pizza was not commonly served anywhere in that part of the country. Right. And they didn't really know what pizza was. They just kind of heard about this dish and they threw together what their idea of pizza kind of was based on their loose information, and they just served that, and that's what became Pizza Hut pizza.
And you know what? Pizza Hut pizza for a while was pretty good. I think it's mainly garbage now, but
it's awful.
It can be real hit or miss. Like I feel like if you don't eat Pizza Hut for a long time and then you have it, you're like, oh man, that buttery crust though. Something about that buttery crust is so good. Man, this Pizza Hut was great. And then the next time you have it, you're like, oh my God, this is absolute garbage. Why did I do this to myself?
Do you talk to yourself that way after eating Pizza Hut? Or do you go over with yourself how you felt about the meal? Man, that Pizza Hut was great. That buttery crust.
You're assuming I wasn't talking to somebody else.
Would you say that to someone else? Also, yes. These are strange things to say.
I have conversations.
I know you. I don't say I know that. The things you said may not be strange, but the way you said them were very unnatural. So maybe. Is that the way in which you speak to others?
How unnatural is it if that's how I'm talking? That's natural to me.
It's natural for you, I suppose. Yeah. But in general cadence, it's unnatural compared to the norm, like the mainstream way of speaking. Like, oh man, that was great. Oh, that buttery crust. What a good Pizza Hut pizza that was.
I mean, I guess.
Give me more.
I'm a real conversation hipster.
Give me that stuffed crust, and I will flip it around and bite into that pizza crust first. Good.
That's not how you did that. That's monstrous. Don't do that.
But that was the whole idea when stuffed crust was introduced.
Crust pizza is garbage.
I like stuffed crust pizza.
Stuffed crust pizza is trash because the second it comes out of the oven, that shit is solidified and it's garbage. You're basically just biting into a piece of frickin' string cheese the wrong way that's covered in a crust.
How do you eat string cheese?
You peel it.
Do you think they really just take some?
I mean, it's cheese, basically it's
mozzarella cheese sticks.
It's essentially what it is. I don't think that's what they actually do, but it's essentially what string cheese is, anyways.
that would be pretty awesome if they just opened up a package of.
Yeah, that's how I made every once in a while I'll make like homemade mozzarella sticks that way.
That makes sense.
Just buy string cheese and batter them up and then fry them.
So awesome. What I did end up getting were some barbecue bacon cheddar sliders, some frozen TGI Fridays sliders.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Did you ever buy the frozen White Castle burgers?
No.
You're not a fan of White Castle, though, are you?
I very, very rarely buy, direct from the source White Castle burgers, let alone frozen White Castle burgers. Fresh.
Mainline in those
yeah.
White Castle burgers.
I rarely purchase fresh, made to order White Castle burgers.
Man, I'll do that. I'll do it every once in a while. Like, it's probably every 3 or 4 months I'll hit up a White Castle. And it's like, yeah, that's good. That's good White Castle right there. This is how I talk to myself when I eat food.
It's just what it sounds like. I know. Or others, apparently.
White Castle's great. It's so good. And their fries are great for the first 20, for about the first 5 minutes, their fries are good. And then, and then their fries get real crap real quick, too.
I think 2016 might have been the last time I visited a White Castle. I have no memory whatsoever of their fries. I think they're all crinkle fries, correct?
Yeah.
Then maybe I do remember them.
I mean, you clearly.
If they're crinkle fries, then I remember them. If not, then I have no memory of White Castle fries.
I mean, you have full memory of White Castle fries as at least their
shape.
Their shape and
their cut, their style.
Yeah.
So hello and welcome to High School Famous.
Shit.
The podcast that Matt and I do every week.
Oh my God, that was a 10-minute intro. 10 plus.
Yeah, I was wondering. So anyway, yeah, I thought of in this podcast. This is going to sound strange, but it makes total sense if you really think about it. On this podcast, we love to swim in our shorts. It sounds strange, but it isn't strange.
Yeah, man, there's so many different versions
ways to take that
are going through my head right now. Obviously, there's the first option of swimming trunks.
Correct.
And we swim in our swimming trunks. Then there's the other option of, are we swimming in a pool full of shorts? Like the pool itself is filled with shorts, and we're trying to swim. I mean, I don't know if you can really swim in that as much as you can flail among the surface.
Yeah, it'd be like sort of maybe similar to like if you fall into a ball pit or something.
Yeah,
like
but it would be more. Yeah,
you could push the stuff around and kind of maybe move yourself around within it, but you're not diving below the surface really very, very easily.
No. And I feel like if I jumped off of something into a ball pit, like that would cushion my landing a bit. If you jump off something into a pool full of shorts, that's not going to have a lot of give.
Okay, so if you have a stack...
To a point, it will.
If you have a stack that goes as high as... Let's say if it's even a shallow pool, a 3-foot deep pool, if you have 3 feet stacked of swimming shorts,
yeah,
I think you're going to have some...
But so you think about say it's a full swimming pool at like, I don't know, I'm trying to, like a normal in-ground swimming pool,
sure,
at like somebody's house or something, right?
Yeah.
All the clothes
as opposed to
that, well, I was saying, like, I'm not thinking like Olympic-sized swimming pool or anything like that, but it's got a deep end, it's got a shallow end. All right,
so like 6 to 8 feet on the deep side, 3 to 4 feet on the shallow side.
Yeah, fairly good sized pool. The shorts at the bottom of that are going to be pretty compacted down with all the weight of everything above. So there's going to be a point of give where it stops giving. So I mean, you could land on it and it would probably you'd probably be okay, but it's not going to be the most comfortable thing to jump into.
No, not at all.
But if you filled a pool with leaves,
ooh,
dude, that'd be great. 'Tis the season, people. Start collecting your leaves and throwing them in your pool.
Yeah,
that'll be good for it.
Hold on. Drain the pool first.
Well, yeah.
Please drain your pool. A pile of sopping wet leaves. A pool full of sopping wet leaves. That would be miserable to jump into.
Yeah. Once you get past the surface of leaves and you're down in the water, it's not going to matter. But cleaning that back out later. I mean, cleaning out a pool full of leaves anyways is going to suck. So, it doesn't matter if it's full of water or not.
But, it's not uncommon where if you're someone that has a ground level pool at your house, you might have a pool boy or a pool person, someone that does the cleaning for you.
Right.
So there.
The other thing about swimming in your shorts, what it could also mean,
Go
is
on.
just like you haven't cleaned yourself in so long that you're just. Have you ever heard people saying like how like if they're really dirty they just like feel swampy, like they feel just gross and like oh I feel we have certain friends that would maybe say swass or they have a sweaty ass.
I've not heard anyone say they're swampy.
But well, okay.
When I think of swimming,
another thing of like, oh, I'm swimming in my shorts. Like I feel so wet and gross down there that I feel like I'm just swimming in my shorts.
Is that what that means? Because what I always thought when someone was like, "Oh, I feel like I'm swimming in this outfit," like or this whatever,
it could mean that it's way too big for you.
That's what I thought that was. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That could be the other thing. Like, are we wearing clown shorts?
That would be really
oversized.
Well, then they'd have to be accompanied with suspenders too.
They would have to be. They would have to be accompanied with a clown.
Yeah.
Like you and the clown must be wearing these shorts at the same time.
Now that would be something I'd want to jump into. Gross. Swass. I am a little behind this curtain here. I'm jotting things down, and the two things I've jotted down so far begin with an S and then a different letter. And for some reason, I've skipped the S at the beginning both times.
Starts with an S and a different letter.
Well, an S followed by a different letter.
Okay.
So I've started the word with the second letter. I have no idea why. And I never...
It's one of those words,
Horts. Well, for me, it'd be wass or women in shorts.
Women in shorts. I mean,
why not?
If you're gonna. I'm starting to get feedback from you, brother.
So I thought about that. If I was thinking about putting headphones or hooking headphones up to the phone, the TikTok might not be able to hear me unless the microphone for those headphones are near me as well. This is very. Yeah. I don't know why I can't completely mute my phone. It's so stupid.
It's really dumb. Yeah, mine's fully muted. I've had no issues on my end. Android is superior to iPhone. It's fine. Moving on, you said you brought something to talk about.
I did. So, for those of you who have not been closely following our history, we have not been...
History of the show? History of the show or history of our friendship?
History of the show.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
We have not been posting episodes for a year, but this, if I'm not mistaken, is episode number 52.
Yep. It is. I just caught on to that as you were saying. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So which would be a year's worth of episodes, being that we post once a week. At the beginning, we had recorded a backlog of episodes because we wanted to have a backlog as a backup, and also we weren't ready with artwork and the theme song and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So once we finally started posting, we were posting 2 episodes a week, sometimes 3, just to get caught up. So that's why we're hitting episode 52 prior to a year since the first post. But regardless,
past a year of when we actually started recording.
Yeah, because we didn't always record.
It almost doesn't seem like it makes sense, but there was some weeks in there we skipped because we had backlog to.
Well, we had backlogs. We weren't posting them yet, so there was no need to record every week. Anyway, that's all here and there. So I decided, and this if this becomes a fun enough episode,
it will.
Then this effort could be something that covers 25% of our recordings for the next year.
Oh, shit. I'm excited about that because I'm tired of trying to come up with things to talk about.
So I looked up a list of holidays for the year 2021, and I thought I was going to scroll through the list, pick out some wacky ones, and I can have you pick ones you want to dig deep into, or maybe you can try to guess what they're about. And once I was getting through January, I'm like, this is going to take forever. So I'm like, I'm going to skip up and I'm going to do November since it's the month of November.
Okay.
And so we're going to cover some standout November holidays.
Fantastic.
And then, we can carry on once a month to do this for each corresponding month.
Why not? That sounds great.
Granted, unless a large amount of new holidays are introduced every year. I don't think this is something we can carry over into future years.
Right.
But also, I'm not going over every holiday this time. I made a
And
huge.
I'm sure some of these aren't going to be that entertaining, but then other ones probably will be weird as shit. So
some of these were curious. Some of them were because I honestly just didn't know what the word was that they used in the holiday name, and some were just bizarre. So let's start off. I'll go through the list of these November holidays I took note of.
Okay.
Monday, November 1st, National Family Literacy Day.
Okay.
But we're not going off of an individual basis. We want to make sure that we want to celebrate when an entire family is able to read.
Okay. So so any family that doesn't have a full set of readers
we're not celebrating them.
They're not allowed to be part of the celebration. Wow. So this holiday right away is saying, like, we do not support illiterate families.
Yeah,
like, I wouldn't. You do not get to celebrate this holiday. Right.
It's very exclusionary.
Wow.
That was a good kickoff for November, I thought.
Yeah. Is this a Christian holiday?
I don't know. I didn't look any of these up yet.
Okay. Because Christians love to exclude people. It's okay. I can say that I'm a recovering Catholic.
It's okay. I can say that I'm Christian. Like, who's ever said that before? And the funny thing is, I don't want to get into this, but the same group that tries to recruit everybody to join their religion is the same that's excluding a lot of groups and types of people and lifestyles. Mm-hmm. That's just something that dawned on me. I think it might have been earlier today, if not earlier this week or last week. Today's Sunday. Yeah,
it's basically you better believe in our way of life, and if you don't, then you better go away.
Right,
is basically what it is. But be one of us. But if you're not one of us, go away.
And if I don't know Christianity that well, but I believe that one of their strong stances is literacy.
Yeah, I would say so. Though it's insane how many get it wrong. As much as they want everybody to be literate, they really don't know about interpretation.
Correct. And it's okay.
Sorry to any listeners. This is offending.
This is okay for Matt to say because he was.
Okay. I'm a recovering Catholic. It's fine.
I did not grow up practicing any type of religion, so I can't really say I'm a former this or former that, or I was raised this. I wasn't raised with anything in particular, so
you were barely raised.
I have no place to say. I was more reared, than raised.
What's the difference?
For some reason, I think of reared and I think of like a hobby farm. Like I was just fed and put into shelter. And
I love the term hobby farm.
Let out every once in a while. Yeah, because you think it's like
it's a farm full of hobbies.
You're growing hobbies.
You're growing hobbies.
Here's our loom field for all of our loomers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Of all the hobbies I could have jumped to, I picked looming
for that, and a whole field too.
Well, looms are big.
That's true.
They haven't really miniaturized the technology of
they're also
loom.
They're also typically an indoor piece of machinery.
Correct.
Usually not great to have those out in the elements, just based on the fact that they're,
made
covered
of wood.
Well, they're made of wood typically, and they're covered in usually cotton, right? You're looming cotton.
Yeah. I mean, there are ways around it. I'm sure it could be maybe it could be more like a greenhouse type of setup for the looms, or a pole barn.
I mean, the field is currently a temporary solution.
Yeah.
Eventually, they will be a roof over the looms.
Maybe it could be like a temperature controlled cellar, a loom cellar. So,
I mean, cellars are damp too. I mean, you wouldn't want to have.
Well, if you have a temperature controlled and you have moisture control, like you could keep it at a state which would not damage the wood or the cotton.
There's a lot of overhead at this hobby farm.
So far, I picked
enough. You got a lot of overhead, but not enough overhead on those looms.
Well, and also I got the demand for looms has gone way down in the past 100 years.
Oh, I can imagine.
I was expecting it to come back in style.
So you're building looms. You're not using them.
They're
there for rental.
Farmers, grow crops to sell them to consumers, and so I'm building looms with the hopes of selling them to others.
Okay, so your hobby farm is more of your building or creating things to be hobbies
for other people,
for people who have hobbies. Gotcha.
Yes. They're not my hobbies.
I thought it was like you were hobby farming, as in like you had all the people would come to you to procure their hobby, as far as like, oh, we go to this farm to do our looming.
Oh,
that's how I was. Okay. In that case, don't worry about, the looms can be outside as long as you, Okay.
Okay, so the first was National.
That out.
The first was National Family Literacy Day. Oh, let's do our next holiday.
November 1st, done.
No, November 1st isn't done.
Oh, shite.
I just wrote down 4 of the holidays that are on November 1st.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
And then you stopped. Yeah, National Brush Day, which probably not a lot going on there.
Specify what type of brush?
Again, I didn't look at these, so I figured
I feel like you have to look them up as we're talking about them, or are we just going to give our interpretation of what they are?
Well, I thought we would go down the list and you would maybe select a few that we want to dig into.
Oh, I thought at this point we're just talking about each one.
We could just riff on each one too. I mean, this is the pilot episode of this venture here. So
National Brush Day could either be you're celebrating the object of the brush, like the actual tangible brush itself, or is it the act of brushing? So you go out and you brush things.
Or is it celebrating like brush, like you're out and there's like
like on the outskirts of your hobby farm?
Yes. My border brush. My unkempt border brush.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many things. Which one do you hope it is?
I would think. Oh, which one do I hope it is?
Yeah.
I hope it's celebrating the act of brushing. Like, let's say it's the act of brushing your hair or using a paintbrush.
It's the one day of year that it's like, go out there, brush something.
Just brush something.
As long as, like, if all you do that day is brush your teeth in the morning, hey, you've celebrated.
You've celebrated. And we have to. All brushing must be done with consent, right? Don't just go up and just don't just walk up to a stranger and start brushing their hair or their teeth.
Right. Or just like
I would love. Imagine walking around on November 1st with a toothbrush and just start brushing.
Especially without anybody knowing that it's National Brush Day.
Yeah, I don't think this is a widely recognized holiday.
And for safety reasons and health reasons, don't just keep reusing the same toothbrush on anybody. So I highly recommend going out and buying a pack of Wisps, those disposable little like toothbrush things.
Yeah,
I would highly recommend that.
Or just whip yourself up a quiver of sorts.
A quiver of toothbrushes.
Yeah, a toothbrush quiver. You can just and start brushing, toss it.
Yeah.
So.
That or keep some sort of a disinfectant on hand.
Sure. If you really want to be crazy, you can make a tiny bow, and your goal is to
shoot the toothbrush at people's mouths.
So you got to do it at an angle from the profile, right? So then they're standing there smiling, and you launch it, so it goes shink. Yeah, it just brushes across the teeth.
The timing on that and the accuracy on that.
It'd be newsworthy.
And also, all it would do is just put a big glob of toothpaste on their teeth.
I mean, you could just do a very small amount of toothpaste so that, it sort of coats the teeth, but you're not left with a glob. Because you're worried about it could fling off and land on someone's clothes or hit him in the cheek or something like that. So you got to be real sparing. You got to be real sparing with the toothpaste.
Which, to be honest, people typically use more toothpaste than they should anyways.
So way it's only too much.
A little pea-size.
Little dollop. Less than a dollop.
People are
they look like they have rabies.
Like they're making a sandwich.
Like they have rabies. What? Like, are you saying they put on the amount of toothpaste that they would use when they're using toothpaste to make a sandwich?
No, like putting mayo on a sandwich or something, just like globbing it on there.
Like, spread it on with a butter knife?
for your case, so you can kind of understand the analogy, like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Why? I don't understand. I don't understand the concept of using. I know, but you're saying I don't understand the concept of using mayo to make a sandwich. So you need to relay it in terms that I can comprehend.
Yeah. You're a PB&J guy.
I am also a turkey or ham and mayo guy, and with cheese.
Okay, all right. Yet to be seen, but okay.
Some pastrami on occasion. Some summer sausage.
I'll throw down on some summer sausage.
Some salami.
Yeah.
So Matt, what do you think?
We enjoy.
What do you think National Brush Day is?
I'm assuming it has something to do with the invention of the brush and celebrating the invention of the brush, which, to be honest, the brush has to be thousands of years old at this point, right? How old is a brush?
Thousands of years. It predates our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because every image of Jesus Christ I've seen, very well combed hair.
His hair looks great. Yeah,
his hair looks fantastic.
His beard just nice and straight.
I mean, granted, none of these are photographs, so they could just paint his hair however they wanted with, I don't know, a brush. Oh, look what he's doing. Matt, National Brush Day was the 1st of November. Yeah.
It's made the biggest noise.
So you go right ahead and burn that thing. Because
it's my special brush.
You better not brush again until next year.
I'm going to find a holiday that's going to ruin your life.
Okay, this next one's curious. Color the World Orange Day. Color the World Orange Day.
Dude, that's like our creation of the biennial Paint the Town Red Day or whatever. Or no, it was that's not what it was called.
Bicentennial.
Bicentennial Paint the Town Red Day.
Yeah.
Which means it happens
200 times a year.
200 times a year.
And were we talking about literal paint the town red? Or when they say like you're going to go out and have a wild time, you're going to paint the town red.
I don't think we specified, but yeah. I just like the idea of bicentennial being something you do 200 times a year.
Yeah.
Which I think was like every 1 point some odd number of days. Like,
yeah, we did the math at some point, but it's 1.3 something days maybe.
Yeah.
So what in the world could Color the World Orange Day mean? Does the color orange have any sort of symbolic meaning or representation? Does the color orange represent a feeling or
it has to do with safety when hunting.
That does. It's very widely used in that field.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't believe certain animals can pick up the color orange very well.
I don't think that's what it is.
Well, I think so it has to do with...
It's not just to make yourself bright and noticeable so you're not shot by someone else.
It's making yourself noticeable to other hunters, but it doesn't... Like, the animals don't see it that well, so it doesn't matter that it's orange. Because you can still blend into your environment because it's
from the animal's point of view.
Yeah. So that's why... I mean, I don't know why they don't just make all hunting camouflage orange in that sense, but I think depending on what you're hunting, some animals see colors differently. So, because I saw this thing about like what certain like antelopes and stuff like that, how they see color. The fact that a tiger is, if you look at a tiger, it's orange and black and stuff like that. But if it's behind a bunch of green and stuff, a bunch of like green stuff and hiding,
or tall grass.
To what the like antelope sees, it fully blends in because they can't pick up that orange color the way it like mutes it to the kind of that same greenish kind of grayish color.
Interesting.
So they fully blend in. I saw like a side by side image of what we would see versus what the antelope would see.
How do they know?
You almost can't see the tiger at all.
How do they know what the antelope sees? Because this is something I'll never understand. Like,
because you can. When they do like dissections or do not autopsies on an animal, I guess, but if you dissect an animal's eye and stuff, you can see, you can figure out how it sees and what it sees. I mean, you could do that. How do you think they'd figure out how a human eye works,
They haven't.
Enough said. All right.
All right.
Stand corrected.
Next holiday. We're still on November 1st.
We should probably jump around a bit. I
Let's
don't know.
well, okay.
I mean, we can spend through the month of November, we're going to do November holidays.
So this is going to cover potentially more than 25% of our next year.
Yeah, this could cover our entire next year. Wants to learn about this is now the holiday podcast.
The holiday podcast. So Job Action Day.
Ooh, I don't know what it is, but I like the sound of it already. Do you have the descriptions of these as well?
Some of them have links so some of the names are a link that will tell me, but some of them aren't. And oddly enough,
some of them are take these at face value.
So I figured if we did want to drill into one that wasn't a link, I would just have to Google it and look it up. So let me just burn through some more on the list just for the sake of getting through this. I was really confused by Tuesday, November 2nd this year. It's both, November 2nd is both Deviled Eggs Day and National Deviled Egg Day.
Okay.
It's Deviled Eggs Day and National Deviled Egg Day.
I feel like those are it's just two different factions, and they just couldn't figure it. They couldn't agree.
Yeah, it's
so two split.
I think it's two iterations of the same holiday. Okay. Yeah. This sounded odd to me that this is still going on in the year 2021. November 4th, National Men Make Dinner Day.
So what you're saying is,
throughout
this year, like any of this time, I've been making dinner on non-men make dinner days, and I could have been getting away with saying, hey, it's not my day to make dinner, not until November 4th.
Correct. Any day besides November 4th is kind of like your unbirthday for you. Like,
right.
You should be excluded from making dinner on every single day besides November 4th.
Wow. It's kind of like...
that's not progressive, I don't know what is.
It's kind of like how Mother's Day and Father's Day are such stupid, like, basically Mother's Day is the day for the mom to be able to go pamper herself, the dad will watch the kids, and blah, 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 blah. And then Father's Day is the day for the father to spend time with the kids.
Yeah.
It's like they're the same fucking holiday.
Yeah.
It's like, why did the dad just get to go? Because, I mean, I guess when those holidays were invented, it was a much different time in the world, and the men were always...
Right.
The mom was always home with the kids, and
so I didn't look up to see when this holiday was invented, but I'm guessing it's also from a different era. National Men Make Dinner Day.
I would assume so, yeah.
Also November 4th, National Chicken Lady Day. National Chicken Lady Day.
Aren't all chickens ladies?
No. All chickens are chickens.
Yeah.
There's the roosters and hens. So there's that.
Sorry for assuming. Sorry for making the assumption that all chickens were ladies. I should have never assumed that.
That's the Seinfeld episode where George's dad is at a. He had that exact question.
Everything for you relates back to some sort of Seinfeld episode.
No, it doesn't.
Or some sort of Simpsons episode. I can guarantee you can relate something back to either a Simpsons episode or a Seinfeld episode every time we talk.
I probably can,
yes.
but I have just been watching some of those more recently, so they're more fresh on my mind. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail about those who know.
We have holidays to talk about.
Those who know, they know. And if you know, you guys know who you are.
And if you want to know more, then you have to start contacting us.
Yes.
Or watch Seinfeld.
Now, Matt, this one's for you. Contact us. I could care less about this holiday, but I wrote it down specifically for you. It's
thank you.
National Love Your Red Hair Day.
That's every day for me.
Which you just missed. You just missed on the 4th or the 5th.
God.
2 days ago.
I was at work. I should have taken that day off. I should have had that day off.
You should have had that day off. Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to have a talk with my boss.
You know how some holidays land on the same date every year, and some are geared toward a day of the week. So it might be just the first Sunday of the month, whatever.
Like Christmas is always on the 25th.
Thanksgiving is the third Thursday.
Is it third Thursday? I thought it was the last Thursday of every month.
You might be right. I don't know. It's one of those two.
It's the last Thursday of the month.
Is it the last Thursday? Okay. National Jersey Friday. So it's a Friday where you wear probably a sports jersey.
Must be the first Friday of November.
Correct.
Look. That's National Love Your Red Hair Day. Don't be jumping in with your BS jersey shit.
I know. I mean, there are plenty of other holidays on this day too. I just didn't write those down.
Yeah, I've taken a hard stance on all types of jerseys, and I'm not cool with them. I'm talking like hockey jerseys, football jerseys, new jerseys, all of them.
Old jerseys?
No, just the state New Jersey.
So, there was a holiday similar to
Jersey
this
cows.
next one. What?
I said Jersey cows.
There,
Go on.
there was a holiday similar to this in January when I was going through the January list, but I didn't write it down because it didn't seem
National
to.
No Jersey Day?
No.
Okay.
No, the next one, not Jersey Friday.
Okay.
But I didn't write it down. But then when I saw this one in November, it made me think: how many variations of this are throughout the year?
Oh, probably a
So
million.
the November holiday on the 7th, which is today, National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day.
That's super specific.
So in January, there's a National Bittersweet Chocolate Day. I'm like, I don't care about that. That's not interesting. So I didn't write it down. Then I start doing November, and I just happen to come across
And you're
Chocolate
like, almonds?
with Almonds Day.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I'm all about these almonds.
So is there a National Bittersweet Chocolate with Peanuts Day, National Bittersweet Chocolate with Cashews Day, with Hazelnut Day, like with Caramel Day? Like,
I feel like cashews is not a nut you see associated with chocolate a lot.
you don't see it. No, but you can get chocolate covered cashews.
You can, but it's not like almonds are definitely
No,
like
almonds are the.
peanuts all the time with.
Yep.
But like cashews, people are just like, nah, because cashews, perfect just the way they are.
Well, cashews
Don't
are
need
amazing. They also
so-
seem. They also seem to be a little more expensive than a
Dude,
peanut
they are
or an almond.
heavy for some reason.
I know. I don't know why.
Like they're a thing that it's every once in a while. I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself. Like how pathetic! It's so pathetic. Like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna get some cashews.
It's National Bittersweet Chocolate and Cashew Day. I'm gonna spring. I'm gonna spring for a can of salted cashews.
The only problem is that's the day they really hike the price of them up because they're like everybody's gonna buy them for the holiday.
You gotta wait till the day after National Bittersweet Chocolate and Cashew Day. It's half off.
Yeah.
Half off National. Half off Bittersweet Chocolate and Cashews.
I just bought some Halloween candy yesterday.
Did you?
It was on sale. Yeah, it was a bag of just pumpkin Reese's and Kit Kats. That's the whole bag. It was just those two. I'm like, this is perfect.
Those are amazing.
This is like the best bag of candy ever. Like, even if I would have had trick or treaters, I would have bought a bag of those for myself.
So, and I'm guessing it was half off, or what was the deal?
I don't even remember. I just knew it was Halloween candy, and it was on sale.
Price was not a concern.
Oh god, no, I treated myself. I was like, if there was cashews in here too.
Oh god,
for it.
How are there any of these left in the store?
What a weird combination of Reese's, Kit Kats, and cashews.
just bags of cashews. It's like, yeah, we partnered with Delta Airlines, and we got some bags of nuts to go with this lovely candy.
That'd be funny if airlines did that. Like, if you're traveling on Halloween or whatever, like in the airport, they're just like trick or treat, and they're handing out bags of crap you're already going to get on the plane anyways.
Yeah, little cans of Sprite or whatever,
or if on the plane themselves, they're just like trick or treat,
and then they give you the same crap you always get offered.
Yeah. You get a bag of peanuts or a bag of pretzels.
You're like, oh, trick, I guess, because this is what this feels like.
Yeah, I already paid for this, so this is part of my ticket price.
Okay, we're not late for this one. Tuesday, November 9th.
Nice.
National Scrapple Day.
Scrapple? Oh,
Scrapple.
Yeah, that's Scrabble. Okay, I was going to say Scrapple's a different thing.
It's Scrapple with P.
Okay, yeah, Scrapple.
I don't know what that is.
It's like I think it's like fried pig skin.
So kind of like pork rinds. Is that what pork rinds are?
Pork rinds. I think it's a little different. I'm going to look up Scrapple real quick just to get the Scrapple, also known as the Pennsylvania Dutch name Panhos.
Panhos.
Or Belkenbridge. Is that
two
just
different? Yeah.
It's a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal. So yeah, it's scraps. It's basically scraps.
Oh, I see.
And they kind of make it almost into like a meatloaf.
Ugh, yuck.
Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I think they make...
no, I think pork rind. I think you're right. Pork rinds are more like pork skin that's fried. Scrapple Scrapple is scraps.
It's just like what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's basically like a meatloaf, but a pork meatloaf kind of. But it's just all the pork scraps. So it's gonna be it's gonna be really fatty. And
I would love to make some Scrapple out of Spam and call it Spapple.
Spam is good though. I love Spam. I'm sorry.
Moving along.
I'm not sorry. Take that back. I'm not sorry. I like Spam, and I'm okay with that.
I haven't had Spam since I was a kid. I don't recall
it's been
what
a long
Spam
time
is
since
like.
I've had some. Every once in a while, like if I'm going through the grocery store and if I catch it out of the corner of my eye, I consider it, and every once in a while I'll get it. But it's rare, but
yeah,
it's super salty. That's the only problem. Is like it's so salty.
I mean, I recall enjoying it well enough when I ate it as a kid. I just don't know how I would take it now. I would probably think it's disgusting, but
it's best to take it with a glass of water.
Gotcha. Like, as in, like you're taking a Tylenol or something, like you
intravenously.
You swallow a chunk of Spam after drinking some water to wash it down.
Yeah,
gotcha. And then your headache will increase. That's an opposite effect.
Are you tired of no headaches?
Oh, my head is so comfortable.
Do you need an excuse to get out of something? Eat Spam.
Swallow some chunks of Spam. The only reason I wrote this down is because it happened to fall on a Thursday this year. It's on November 11th, National Sundae Day, but they mean Sunday like an ice cream sundae. I just wish I wish they would have locked that into a Sunday of November.
That'd been great.
Okay, so here's another very specific. This almost sounds
National Sunday.
This almost sounds more specific than Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day.
Mm-hmm.
National Pizza with the Works, except Anchovies Day.
So everything except anchovies.
That's Works.
Super specific, dude.
You get the Works on your pizza except anchovies on November 11th or 12th. I'm sorry, Friday, November 12th.
Wow. I mean, if you order a pizza with the Works, it typically doesn't. I don't believe it typically comes with anchovies. I don't
think you get anchovies with the Works. No.
I think if you want anchovies on a pizza, you pretty specifically have to order that.
Yeah, that's like
also, you're a monster.
That's like they don't even have that on the actual menu anymore. It's because it's too embarrassing. But if you know,
I've never had an anchovy. I can't imagine they're good.
If you know the secret knock, you can get yourself an anchovy on your pizza. I've never had an anchovy on my pizza.
Yeah. Oh,
there was a guy.
Speaking of eating weird shit, right? So I had my first oyster on last Tuesday. Was it my birthday? On my birthday.
And
whatever. It was weird.
I think your birthday was on a Tuesday. Okay.
It was. I just couldn't remember if it was last Tuesday. not this list last Tuesday, but the Tuesday previous. Was my birthday, the 26th. For anybody who cares, it's fine.
Today's our friend Mark's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark!
Oh shit! I gotta send him a text message.
I did earlier.
I'm TikToking. I can't.
I'm a good friend.
I can do it from my computer. I can do it right now while we're talking. But yeah. So I had my first anchovy, or not my first anchovy, my first oyster. It was weird. It was weird. I don't know. It was fine. Not something I would probably deep dive into, but.
I mean, I don't think there's nothing appealing about that to me. I don't know that I would have any interest in having that.
Oh, you had one?
No, I've never had one. I had a piece of calamari.
I could have swore you told a story about trying an oyster.
There was a time that some spaghetti was made for me with clams in it.
Maybe that's what it was.
And yeah, there was the odd choice to reveal it to me before I was done eating it.
That's what you had talked to me about.
Yeah, they didn't wait till I was done eating it. They told me right in the middle of it. So then I'm like, all right. Well, I'm not finishing this.
Right.
So, okay. Now hopefully this is not a once a year practice, but November 15th is National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day.
Yeah, you should definitely do that far more often, at least once a month.
At least once a month.
At minimum. Like, I desperately need to. When is that? What day is that again?
Monday, November 15th this year.
November 15th. Okay, I'm going to write that down because I actually do need to clean out my fridge. So I might as well. I might as well wait another week.
I'll zip through these and maybe we'll see if we want to drill into any or just sort of riff on any in depth.
See if we get some oil.
Yeah. National Spicy Hermit Cookie Day.
What is a hermit cookie?
I have no idea. That's why I wrote it down. National Take a Hike Day. I guess it means like telling someone to go away. But does this saying like...
I mean, the way you say it makes it sound that way, but I'm sure it's just National Day to get out and take a hike.
Well, do you call it taking a hike, or do you say I'm going to go on a hike? Because I always associated take a hike with get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So does that mean if it's take a hike day, are you yourself leaving somebody, like getting away from somebody?
Or in high school, in football,
high school famous,
a hike.
Oh, football.
So if you're taking a hike, you're the quarterback. So it could be. But then who's giving
this? Would be a very weird day.
Everybody's taking the hike. Who's giving it? So
I know, but this would be a weird day. This would be a weird wording to celebrate quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it's like try being a quarterback today. I don't know.
Try being a quarterback.
You could take turns. Like, hey, now it's my turn to take a hike. Okay, when I'm done, then you'll take a hike.
As long as everybody gets to take a hike.
But the rest of the play doesn't continue. They don't go through the whole play.
It's just that's it.
Yeah, hike.
You take
done.
the hike. You tackle
switch rolls. No tackling. I mean, you could tackle, I guess, if you're really into that.
Take the hike, and the next day is take a tackle day.
Yeah, take a what?
So take a tackle day.
Take it. Oh,
or it's just poorly worded as tackle day, and then that could mean fishing and all sorts of stuff. It's a big mess. Yeah,
fishing's always a mess.
Some of these holidays are way too specific, and some of them not specific enough.
Right. This one was curious. National Rural Health Day. So
is there a National City Health Day?
Well, I didn't see one for November. Who knows?
Urban. I guess urban.
Throughout the rest of the year, there could be
every other day of the year we're worried about. Every other day of the year we're worried about the urban people. Just one day a year we're going to worry about those rural people.
Yeah,
it's like the backbone of the country, fucking keeping us alive with all the crops. But just one day a year.
To me, that's kind of like on the same level as the Family Literacy Day.
Yeah.
Okay. National Absurdity Day.
Oh, that should be every day.
I know. World Hello Day. It's a very odd set of words there.
So hold on, is that a national holiday or a world holiday?
It doesn't say, all it says is World Hello Day, so it doesn't say which it'd be weird if it did say National World Hello Day, but it just says World Hello Day.
That's weird because it's like in this country we can't create holidays for other countries. So who makes a World Hello Day?
The UN?
But even the United Nations doesn't encompass the entire world.
I know, but we cover a lot of it. The UN.
Yeah,
I say we. I'm an acting member.
But that's still like, I don't know. Still kind of pompous of even the UN to be like, yeah, we're going to make a world holiday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. This one was fitting, and it's just, so you'll figure out why. November 23rd is Fibonacci Day.
Is 23 is a Fibonacci number?
Well, so the date would be 1123. 1123.
Nice.
So the 1 and 1 make 2, the 1 and 2 make 3. Yeah. So I thought
of all these holidays so far, I support that one.
I can get behind Fibonacci Day for sure.
I think everybody should get behind the Fibonacci sequence because it's real. So
right, because it actually exists.
Yep.
November 24th is Taiwan Day.
That has to do with drinking.
Yeah, because that's what you say. Like, I'm going to go Taiwan off.
Yeah.
Did you say Taiwan on or Taiwan off?
I don't think I said either of those things.
No, but do people say that?
Oh, I think they say Taiwan on. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
It just sounds like they're saying Taiwan improperly, but yeah.
Taiwan on Day.
You've never been to Taiwan on?
Not on November 24th. That's for sure.
No, why would you go then? Of all days of the year.
We've got two very contradictory holidays coming up. Mm-hmm. So one falls on Thanksgiving. It's called
Thanksgiving.
No, well, Shopping Reminder Day. So the day before Black Friday is Shopping Reminder Day.
Of course it is.
But listen to what holiday falls on Black Friday. Buy Nothing Day.
What?
Buy Nothing Day.
Does it fall on the same day every year? Well, is it always the Friday after Thanksgiving?
Well, I just looked up and it's on Friday, November 26th this year. So
I hope it is.
I would imagine that Every
Black
Thanksgiving
Friday.
and Black Friday are shopping reminder day followed by buy nothing day. That
And
to
it's
me,
the biggest shopping day of the year.
correct. One that warrants a holiday the day before it to remind you to shop.
Wow. Well, there you go, people. Black Friday is a farce.
Yep. Also fitting the same November 26th, Friday, is Your Welcome Giving Day. To follow Thanksgiving, it's Your Welcome Giving. I know.
What are you even supposed to do? How
say what you sit around the table and you tell the people what you are welcome for.
But Thanksgiving, like the purpose of Thanksgiving, we're not thanking ourselves.
Right.
So basically, oh my God, that is so American to be like.
It's very like high horse.
You're welcome.
Right,
like,
right.
How
it's very
shitty is that of us being like, we're going to thank you guys. We're going to thank ourselves basically. And then we're going to, you're welcome to ourselves as well.
Right, right. Yeah.
Wow.
This wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for us.
Yeah.
Just
what was your thing, your acceptance speech you always wanted to do? I'd like to thank myself because I couldn't have done it without me.
Exactly. That's it. Verbatim.
But I still think I would still love for you to have the opportunity to use that.
I just need to, for once in my life, accept something in front of people, and I can do that. I would have the opportunity.
You are very unaccepting
in front of people,
of others, of
behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, I'm very accepting.
You take it all the time.
I take it all the time behind closed doors. I get a little shy.
Constantly
I get a little shy in front of a crowd, but. Low dolly.
But if there's a closed door involved,
yep. It's a closed door to a full auditorium. Okay. Last but not least maybe it is least for November is Stay Home Because You're Well Day. Like, hey, I'm not feeling sick at all. I'm going to stay home today. I'm going to stay home specifically because I am well.
So that's not even. So that wouldn't even fall along the lines of like a mental health day, where you're just like, I'm not sick, but I'm going to take a mental health day, because that wouldn't be. You wouldn't. I guess you wouldn't just be fine, right? If you need to take the day off for any specific reason other than just, I'm totally fine. I'm just going to take the day off.
Yeah. What I like about this is it kind of suggests that you should not stay home if you're not well.
Right. Yeah. If you're sick,
go into work because you do not qualify as someone who is well.
On that day, at least.
On that day, November 30th.
Now, if everybody... See, here's the thing, right? November 30th, doesn't matter what day of the week that falls, right? So it's always on November 30th, as far as we know from this list anyway.
It happens to be a Tuesday this year.
So if that's a national holiday and everybody celebrated it, the country would be shut down for a full day.
Pretty much. Yep.
You wouldn't really be able to... There'd be no reason to go do anything because there's nothing open. I mean... What would that wouldn't be good for much. I mean, gas prices maybe, but
and theoretically, any businesses that would be open would be filled with sick employees.
Oh yeah. There's that. I forgot that factor.
Or those that are just not well. Maybe they're not ill, like with a viral or bacterial infection. Maybe they're just not well.
Oh, they could be. Yeah, they could be mentally.
Maybe mentally unstable.
Okay.
I prefer unstable.
That's where every business in the United States has to bring in the B team.
Yeah. Third shift becomes first shift that day.
Yeah. Oof. Like I've never seen you working here before. I was like, there's good reason.
Yeah. I'm still carrying over from last night. I'm doing a double.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
So I mean, we've been going at this for a little over an hour.
Yeah, I think we got November knocked down. I think everybody's got a lot more nice holiday options for the month of November now, which is nice.
And now I just plucked what I thought were the more interesting ones. There are more
just based solely on name.
Based solely on name. So
they could be so uninteresting past that surface level, and then some of the ones you skipped that sound just like whatever are just the most ridiculous things in the world.
Like, I didn't bother to write down National Bison Day, Saxophone Day, National Nachos Day, National Cappuccino Day, Daylight Saving Time Ends, National Awareness Day or Microtia Awareness Day. Like, who cares?
I mean, Microtia sounds interesting.
Your crochet sounds interesting.
That's what I said.
No,
it's 100% what I said.
Well, because it's not like the crochet that belongs to you. It's Microtia.
That's what I said.
I know that, but the opposite would not be your crochet.
Be your Microtia.
It'd be your yeah. Matt, you're my crochet. I've always considered you my crochet.
Oh, I mean, not likewise.
Unlikewise?
You know.
Dislikewise?
What's 6 of one, half dozen of the other?
Horse apiece?
Horse apiece. It just means we both have a horse?
That's a saying, I guess.
Oh, it's a horse.
It's kind of like what you said.
It's a horse apiece.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. There's another version of that. It's just saying, oh, it's a horse apiece, which I'm not sure. I forget what that means. I think it's like
we need to do an episode on phrases and sayings.
Phrases, yeah. Whenever I start diving into stuff like that, it just ends up seeming way less interesting than I was hoping it was going to be.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Some of them are just like, it's pretty, it means this. This is where it came from. Oh, that's not cool.
Oh, I thought there'd be some cool history behind it.
No.
Nope.
Something dumb.
All right. Yeah. Well,
cool.
we didn't riff on a lot of them. We didn't look up what any of the actual holidays are.
That is true.
Yeah. Which
definitely. That is one thing we definitely didn't do.
But hey, anyone out there, you can take it upon yourselves to,
Yeah.
Dig
if you're looking for accuracy and you're looking for facts and you really want to learn something, this is not the podcast for you.
That's correct.
You just want to hear two guys talk about what they think things might mean or be. Where are your guys?
You come to the right place.
Yep. We like to throw things out there and just imagine what they might be and never learn anything from them. We don't become smarter.
Right.
We learned everything we needed to learn in high school.
Consider us your crochet.
Bye.
Bye.
We are on TikTok now, which makes us even cooler. HS Famous. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at HSFamousPod. Email us directly at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. We have Patreon too, but you'll never go there. Altogether, our hearts beat as one.